Welcome to the CryptoNesso update on Rune. Alright, so we have 5 waves up. Anyway, I can count 5 waves. So this was our first one, second. Now if I do the Fibonacci extension of the first and the second values, then we do reach for the third wave. What's the price for that? It's $1.46. We went a little bit higher. Let me enlarge that so it's easier. So as you can see, we went a little bit higher. After that, we had our fourth correction, and yes, so for the fifth wave, the price projection would have been $1.80. As you can see, this level here, we did have a spike up to, what was that, 202, 201, and now I believe this is a corrective moment. I was telling you that, I don't know when was my last video, that I am expecting an A, B, C corrective movement. So now I did do the Fibonacci retracement of all this movement here. It would be this one here in green. Now I can start, and maybe, maybe that's too far though. Let me readjust that. Here you go. And maybe I can take out this one also. And that. All right. So now it's more manageable. Also, maybe I can go to the 4 hours so we have a little bit more detail on the movement. So fifth wave here. This we don't need it anymore. Fifth wave here, and now this would have been our first corrective movement. So I bring it from the beginning of the fifth wave. Maybe not overlap there. Okay, so now if I check here the values, as you can see, we are approaching the 0.5 fib retracement. Usually or often, the wave A go or like to go near that level, or even the 0.382. As you can see, we went much lower than 3.2, so 0.5 it's good to go. So now let's see if we are going to have this wave B. So we should prepare ourselves to see maybe higher prices soon. Let's see, and pull out the indicators here. Okay, so let me enlarge the MACD. So we can see that maybe we're going to see a regain, because price is still going down, and here RSI, the momentum is it's getting more positive, right? So soon we should be seeing maybe a few green candles. So we start to see a bullish divergence on the MACD. We are not seeing the same thing on the RSI, but we are approaching the oversold. So I would say here we have conflicting indication. Here MACD bullish divergence. RSI up to now is still following the price action, but I would say we are about to see a reversal. Now for sure, once again, it's not because they were near the oversold area or at the oversold area that price is going to reverse right away, but it's an indication that people are less and less willing to sell, and eventually they get exhausted, right? So this is one thing. Now this is one option, right? The other option is like we can still continue to go lower, and we're not having this ABC corrective movement, but it's going to do it all in one shot, maybe reach the 0.618, and after that minimum requirement for wave 2 is completed, and then he can reverse and do his third wave. That's another possible way that Rune can make his corrective movement. So for the moment, I'm trying to maybe do some trend line and see if we can get guided or see something. All right, so as you can see, I don't have much candles or history to play with. I only have 2 wicks here. I'm going to try to do copy and do the put it here. As you can see, not very concluent. So going to do maybe something like that. As you can see, maybe this is a better trend, maybe. So we're having this descending, contracting, channeling. So this could have been, yeah, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start doing the 5th one. Could be. So yeah. So for the moment, the only thing I could say is like we need to check those 2 trend lines. Either it's going to continue to act as a support, this trend line, but eventually this trend line that is acting as a resistance will have to be broken, and then after that I would say that should be the beginning of the wave B. And when maybe we start to break this trend, maybe we can see where the wave B should stop. And after that, when the wave B, we will see a reversal in price and price keep going a little bit lower, then we can maybe calculate the 1-to-1 ratio wave A to wave C and determine what should be the final target for this corrective movement. Alright, so this is pretty much all for Rune. Let me check here if I think I never really done. Alright, so it's kind of a messy chart, honestly, as a corrective movement. But, you know, just to have an idea, let me see here. I just want to go and check what was the lower low for this previous cycle. So 9 cents, we're far from that, so thanks God. That's good. And now I wanna put what was the level for our for this corrective movement of this cycle. And I'm going to put it in orange. So as you can see, we kind of managed to, up to now anyway, stay quite far from the previous lower low. And now, if I make a projection, but honestly, I need to take some time and study this long-term chart. But if I just do a quick estimation here, so it's going to bring us, if this is a wave 1, actually let me start to label stuff. If this is the wave 1 and we actually did see our second wave completed here in this cycle, the third wave should go about $36. Let me put this in orange so it's and for the fifth wave, let me put some labels again. All right, so for the fifth wave, well, I mean, these are projection, right? And it's not because the previous cycle it managed to do a higher high that the next cycle is going to make another higher high. So I am quite pleased if Rune can go back around $17. For sure, super happy. Go to 36 or $58 for a fifth wave, but you know, good strategy is always to take some profits near previous or before the previous peaks. So, but anyway, we have time to talk about that. We are, as you can see, very far from those levels, and you see how many time I need to zoom in to get back to the price action. All right, so we need patience, guys, and unlikely for some exception that they get rich overnight. Most of the people, it takes years or destinies. Alright, so this is pretty much all for Rune for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and have a good day.